Hello everyone. Welcome to the first episode of SCARYCAST. We're proud to announce this new project about telling real scary stories. If you are a paranormal enthusiastic, you are welcome to our broadcast. We are Camila, Nicole, Daniela, Luis, and me, Susana, and this is SCARYCAST. Our podcast was created with the purpose of sharing different stories and enjoy a moment together, a moment out of this world. We are so excited to have you as our listeners. You're gonna hear some stories that will give you a lot of goosebumps. Our friend Luis has a super terrific story to tell us. And also, we have a very special guest today. So, keep listening to our podcast, SCARYCAST. Let's start. Luis, what can you tell us?
My grandfather once told me a story that says that some people used to do pacts with the devil by selling their souls to get wealth or power. One day, one of my grandfather's friends, who was a poor man that all of his life used to work the land to survive, whose name was Sergio, needed money. So he could afford good studies for his 3 children, so they could achieve their dreams. He didn't know what to do to get that. He was desperate. He tried to look for answers, but nothing seems to work. Until one day, his neighbor told him an idea that sounds out of this world. He told him to make a pact with the devil, so he could bring success to his life. The neighbor told Sergio the process to invoke the devil, and once he told Sergio what to do. Full of fear but determination, he started the process. First, he started by going to a cave alone. Then, he got there and he shouted out loud for the presence of the devil. He started to get nervous, when suddenly, he heard a mysterious voice that started ordering him to lay down in the hard and cold floor. He followed the instructions of the voice and felt a heavy and big snake all over his stomach. It was a test. He had to endure the snake, passing back and forth to know if it was worthy to make a deal with the devil. The demon appeared, now like a person. He asked Sergio which was the reason to make that dangerous deal. He answered, "I want to have enough money to give to my children the life I never had. I want them to go to a good university and be successful when they grow up." The devil accepted, but on one condition.
This will have a price that costs your soul. It will belong to me, and when you feel the age pressing your shoulders, when you'll be about to die, I will look for you and take it no matter what.
Sergio, whose heart was about to come out of his mouth, finally agreed. The time passed, and he suddenly began to earn a lot of money. In his lands, he started to find gold coins, and he felt relief because the devil was finally doing his part of the deal. Later, he had plenty of money to have his children all the things they needed, and the good studies he aimed for them. They became professionals. One of them a priest, the other one a doctor, and the last one a lawyer. Years passed, and Sergio was getting wealthier, but also older. There was when, for the second time, the devil appeared and told him that his time was nearly to end. And he was right. With the time, Sergio began to get sick. He no longer wanted to eat, and he was getting depressed. His children started to worry, because his body seems to be healthy. Everything looked normal, and even his own son checked him to be sure, and so it was. Sergio was overwhelmed by the pact he made in the past, so he decided to tell the whole story to some friends, and everyone was shocked especially one of his children, the priest. He knew that nothing could be done to save him from death, but to try to save his body was burying him in a church. By the day of his death, the man was extremely thin, just like if he had been sacked. He finally died, having a horrible appearance. His body was buried in the church. The devil didn't get his body, and he wasn't okay with that. So one day, he went to a canteen and convinced a drunk man to remove Sergio's dead body. When he got what he wanted, he suddenly vanished.
Since then, no one knows what happened to them and where Sergio's body is.
Wow, poor man. He must have been so desperate to help his children. He definitely lived something very shocking, and his family surely paid for consequences too. To continue with the goosebumps you are already probably feeling, let's introduce our special guest. Who is teacher Pablo? Daniela had the chance to interview him, so here you have it.
Hello, welcome to our first episode of SCARYCAST. Today we're so happy to have you here with us. And tell me, how are you, teacher?
Hi. Thank you for the invitation. Well, I'm very happy to be with you. It's a pleasure to be here. I have seen your work before, so I'm excited.
Okay, thank you so much. Let's start. My first question for you is, in a scale of 1 over 10, how fearful do you think you are?
I think I am like a 4.
A 4?
Yes.
Okay, so you're not like a very scary person.
I'm not. No, I like trying to pass those experiences. I have had one in my life, and it's amazing. But even of that experience before, my scale hasn't grown up or increased.
Okay, so you tell me you have a experience, right?
Yes.
Okay, can you tell us your story, please?
Yes, sure. It was when I was like 7 years old.
Yeah.
I'm from Merida, so in Merida we celebrate the Hanal Pishan. Do you know about that?
Yes.
Okay. And well, I remember that day as it was yesterday, because I was at home with my mother, my brother, my sister, and they decided to go to the cemetery, right, to see my grandma. I don't like to go to the cemetery, so I decided to stay home. My mother told me, if you don't go to the cemetery to see your grandma will come here and will pull your feet. You know?
Yes.
And I said, no, I don't think that will happen. So I stayed home playing video games because I really love playing video games. And I was playing, it was normal. It was a quiet day, a peaceful moment. And suddenly, the stereo turned on. And like dogs, like people were like hunting dogs, start sounding in the stereo, and the volume was going up and up and up and up. And I went to the living room, and I could see how the stereo volume was turning up, and it was moving up, and it started being loud and loud. I was saying, "Oh my God, what is happening here?" So I got like really scared. I went back to my room. I called to my mother and I said, "Mom, are you coming now? Because something strange is happening in the house and I'm really scared." And she said, "No, I'm not." So after that, I just the music stopped listening. It was a Mago de Oz album, so it suddenly stopped playing the track. So I continued my life. Then we were eating. When they arrived, we started eating, and the TV of my room turned on again. Well, for the first time. And I said, "Oh my God, you're kidding me." And I point to my sister, who was the only one who I told that story before, right? So it was really strange, but well, I'm here.
Okay, so that's your experience. And do you have some explanation for that? Do you like search for information, or do you ask somebody like if that situation happens to them or something like that?
Not really, but we have like a theory in my family, right? Because we have had many experiences like that in the house I used to live. My sister, there's another experience.
Yeah.
My sister used to take pictures in the same place every year in Christmas, you know?
Yeah.
And well, time ago, the photo was like printed. You know, now we have digital photos. So, but that time it was a printed photo. So she took photos every year, and we took them to different places to print it. And in every photo, you could see like a ghost in the corner. Really?
Yeah.
And different years, different places. So it was really strange. So we like make a theory that somebody was living there, and was taking care of us because we were only 4. No father with us, so we were the only ones. So it's like the explanation that we could have. And well, I don't know.
So, do you believe in ghosts? Like you told me about a ghost. So, do you believe in it? Like, are you a believer of that things like sorcery and invocation and incantation like that?
Well, I don't believe in that. Even when I have these experiences before, I said that it's not true. It's something that just happened just because, you know. I don't know how to say this in English, but I
You can tell.
accept. No, I don't know. I don't even remember the word in Spanish. Like I don't believe in anything, so
Yeah.
like I just believe in myself. That's the way I live. Believe in myself, and that's it.
So that's your experience, right? Like the curse object. And after that, do you have like a does that leave a mark on you, or did you learn to live with that?
Well, a mark like something changed on me. Nah, because when the first experience I told you happened, I didn't go to the cemetery, and I haven't gone to the cemetery just once when my grandpa passed away. That's the only time I went. So it hasn't changed the way I think about that. I'm not like a believer, but I think that there should be something there. You know, we are not alone. There could be something else, someone else here, among us, over us, below us. I don't know.
Well, thank you so much for sharing your story with us. It was like very scary and like what did you learn about that, like your experience? Do you recommend sharing more information about that, or just forgetting like the event, or what do you do in that case?
I think it will depend on you. If I have met people like they like that kind of topic, so they start researching more information. They look they look for more videos, something like that. I didn't do it because I'm not interested in that. So if you like it, do it. Whatever you like it, you should do it. You should look for information, and that's it.
If you search, you think if you search more information, you will get like more attracted to that things, like it will happen more things to you, or it just disappears?
Well, what you say is true. I think on the energy, you know, when you are looking for something, you will attract something. So, as I told you before, it will happen in all the areas, and not only in this kind of scary stories. If you want something and you do your best, you will get it. And the same will happen with this. If you want to know more, you will get more information, and well, you don't know what's gonna happen after, right? I don't know if you watch a video or something that there was a guy in Canada that saw like a giant and something, and he was
In
like,
a mountain, right?
yeah,
I
and
saw
he
that.
disappeared. Well, he
Yes, I
disappeared, and
saw
after
that.
that, like after many days, he was found dead. So
Really?
that's what I read on the internet. So he was going deep on that topic. So he found the answer.
Okay, so you didn't search for any more information, so you didn't see anything after that, right? Like anything else, like your grandmother or any ghost?
No, because those are like, how do you call that? Legend or mito? Might? I think.
Legend, right?
Yeah, you just like. Tu abuelita te va a jalar los pies y no va. So you say, no, I don't believe that. But when that happens, you start like thinking like if that's true or not. But no like research because something that is not proof. Most of the things that are like paranormal, they are not proof. So those are theories, those are videos. There are videos that you can find about this kind of events, but nothing proof. So I think it's just about you. If you believe, that's true. If you don't believe, it is not.
Okay. I like your opinion. Thank you so much for being here with us. Thank you for sharing your experience, and I hope you will get with us again in another episode of our Scary podcast. And thank you so much for sharing.
No, thank you for inviting me. I'm excited. I really love to share this experience with you, and for sure, anytime you want, I'm gonna be there. Just ask me for my time, and if I have time for you, I will be there.
Thank you so much.
You're welcome.
Oh my god, that was a very scary story. If something like that happens to me, I wouldn't know what to do.
Me too. Now that I think about it, I would definitely run away.
I think when that happens to you, you don't think clearly and you just follow your instinct.
Well, we're telling horror stories, but do you believe in that?
I don't know. I think it's all about energy. If you want to track something, you will. I mean, the energy you got, even if it's normal or paranormal, you will get it anyway.
It's very risky to get involved in that kind of stuff, because once you attract it, they will never leave you alone.
At least if something happens to me, I would record to make another podcast.
That's a great idea, Daniela. And talking about that, we are so happy to show you our first episode. Now, we want to read your opinion about these crazy haunting stories, and also, you could write a comment telling us your own paranormal story, and we will choose the better ones to make another episode of a SCARYCAST. Thank you so much.